Hi everyone, welcome to Chapter 10. For this screencast video, I'm going to review Chapter 10, some of the things that we're going to be reviewing. We're looking at monopoly power. And you notice monopolies are present everywhere in our economy. The challenge we're facing with monopolies is monopolies have a lot of power over the prices that they're charging. And when we look at monopolies, we have to key in on how the graph is going to look. Because what we're looking at with monopolies are classified as a price maker or price searcher, which means monopolies are able to charge the price that they would like to charge in the market. Monopolies have a lot of power given the lack of competition. And when you look at the lack of competition, this creates a very big issue for consumers, because consumers are not really going to be able to influence choices that they have to make in the market. And what that means is when they're not able to influence, given that they don't have any competitive aspects to them in this market structure, the government will have to get involved, and the government will have to bring about changes. When we look at these graphs, it's very important to look at where marginal cost equals marginal revenue right here. This is the output level that the firm will be operating in, and this is the output level, and this is the price that will be charged. When you look at this graph, you'll notice that this is the price that will be charged because that's where it hits the demand curve at the profit maximizing point, and this right here is the cost of the firm. So here's the price, here's the cost. The difference between these two right here is classified as the profit. And when we look at it, monopoly in this graph is making a profit. And given that the monopoly is making a profit, they're able to price the product to where they think it's best for them to operate at. And this would be the best place for them to operate at right here, or profit maximizing point. Now, a couple questions that you could get on the test. I could give you the level Q1. I could give you the level Q2. If I give you different levels, you need to focus on the profit maximizing level right here of Q of star. You need to focus on the profit maximizing level because everything will go back to this area right here. Now, if we look right here at this drug, you'll notice that drugs have a monopoly power given that the government protects them. And they protect them in the sense that no one's able to compete or mimic what is in that drug until the patent expires. And that's a type of monopoly. And if you look at Prilosec, a very effective drug, now it's over the counter, and that's the key. When they were selling this, it was about $3.50 per dose. And when you look at it, it cost them about 30 to 40 cents per pill to actually produce. The challenge that they were doing, they were charging a 400% markup. And given that they were charging this 400% markup, when you would go to the store and try to buy this on a prescription, it would cost an extreme amount compared to the price for them to actually produce it. That's the monopoly power. However, when the product went generic and they lost their patent because the patents expire, the price went down, and now you can buy, I think I remember buying a pack of it for maybe $2.50, $3 for a pack of 12. So now you went from one pill being $3.50 to a pack of being $3. And this is an illustration of monopoly power. But when we look at monopolistic markets, they really have no supply curve. In other words, there is no one-to-one relationship between price and quantity produced. The reason is it depends on the cost in the marginal cost curve. So shifts in demand do not really correspond to the supply curve. Instead, these shifts in demand can lead to changes in prices with no real changes in output. So demand shifts will be much different than it will be in other markets. Now for this week, when you're focusing on the discussion board and the topic, The question will be about monopolies. Make sure to focus on monopolies in terms of if I ask questions about monopolies in your local area, you want to make sure that you're focusing on examples of monopoly where they have market power and where the government restricts competition. So if you look at monopoly in a small town, an example like Walmart would not be a monopoly. That would be an example of market power, but not monopoly. Okay, so those are some of the topics that we're going to be looking at this week. If you have any questions, please let me know, or if you need additional content, as I look forward